Hello, my name is Russell Myers, independent for U.S. President for 2024. There is the perception, generally, that quite correct, that a person runs for public office, especially president, because of narcissism and desire for power. None of this is true with me, so let me settle this now. I am not rich. I am not tall. I am not pretty. And I do not have the urge for extreme power, though I am not afraid of it at all. With immense power comes immense responsibility. Being a nurse, I have been directly and personally involved in saving literally thousands of lives. Nursing is one of the most respected and trusted professions in existence. Many people trust nurses more than doctors. I've been a nurse since some of you were toddlers and probably before some of you were born. I still love nursing because I care about people. This is in spite of the fact that I have been threatened, called unmanly, thrown up on, had blood up to my ankles, had to buy new shoes after that, had someone poop directly on my shoe, and changed uncounted adult diapers. While this does mean that I have to be confident in myself, confidence and narcissism are far removed from each other. You will note over time that I have one rare quality in a presidential candidate, which is a sense of humor about myself. The decision to run for office was a difficult one for me. I did not make the decision because I think I deserve it. Some will claim I haven't earned it by rising through political ranks, all the while only gaining success by betraying fellow citizens, another cog in a machine which is nothing more than a meat grinder for human lives, emotional stability, health, and dignity. Throughout my life, I wound up in supervisory positions numerous times, not because I sought out those positions. It was either because I was appointed to those positions or because nobody else was willing to take on the responsibility, and the leadership role had to be filled by someone who could make difficult decisions in a rational manner. Honestly, when I was younger, I had no desire to leave my hometown, except to travel. I wanted to become a chef or a restaurant manager, buy a home, settle down, and live my life in a calm manner. Overall, a calm and stable life is all I have ever wanted. Yet, isn't that what the majority of Americans want, yet have been deprived of by the system under which we live? This is really what I want for myself now, yet I am ready to give up these things if it means my efforts can lead to millions, perhaps billions of other human beings having a realistic chance of having peace, stability, and security. This is why I ultimately made the decision to run. I have lived my life witnessing the people around me suffering, believing, hoping, praying for a leader who would change things for the better for them. Someone who would help them gain some level of stability, something to believe in their everyday lives. What they have gotten has been very far removed from that. If you go back over previous administrations, you see strong similarities among them, going all the way back to Bill Clinton. Each president, from Bill Clinton through Donald Trump, have been relative political unknowns. Each one has been viewed by their supporters as someone who did not represent the elites. someone they could relate to in some way. It does not matter how you view them now. This is how they were seen at the time. In each and every case, they have turned out to be far different than how they were perceived. In each case, they have represented the elite at the expense and suffering of the average American, and far more than just Americans. Even now, we have many in our government who are seen as being progressive, on the side of the public, while instead they act as nothing but a public persona in words, while their actions continue representing the same establishment which we buckle under the weight of. I'm not going to start slinging mud. That approach accomplishes nothing constructive. Our political arena for decades has looked like a non-stop Jerry Springer show. Who can scream the loudest, throw the most offensive claims around, surrender all dignity, use the most insults, and just turn this entire country into a global embarrassment? We need better. We deserve better. My campaign is a matter of trust. I know not everyone is going to like me or agree with me. No leader in history has been liked by everyone. While I would like popularity, I want that popularity to be based on positive achievements which improve not just the majority of lives, but all lives in this country and possibly the world to varying degrees. My goal is for even those who disagree with me, those who dislike me, to still have more trust in me and my administration than in any administration in U.S. history. For opponents and the media seeking scandals regarding me, they won't find anything that is any more interesting than mistakes made in a regular life. I'm single, so if they want to raise scandals about my social life, well, they still won't find anything much at the moment. It's actually pretty boring. I haven't dated in a few years. Maybe criticize the songs I sing at karaoke. Rage about how I hit a bad note. My tax returns are short, normal, and boring. There are no past allegations of abuse, public or private, which will come up. No salacious videos to be found because none exist. Fact is, I'm far more likely to make mistakes in my romantic life than in my job. If I happen to be elected and date while in office, maybe I can give them some scandals. Though they're not likely to be scandals I would deny, I could even have fun with that. I'm not kidding. I have very little which political opponents could threaten me with. Call me bad names, I might even agree with them. Say I have bad haircut. If I'm elected, they cannot threaten me with not offering their support for my re-election when the same ones probably gave me no support to begin with. Threaten me with impeachment? Any such attempt would be very short because I would cooperate with any investigation, but I would still keep doing my job while that investigation was going on. It would be easy when my entire approach revolves around transparency. They cannot threaten me with removing me from any congressional committee. The worst they can threaten me with personally would be removing me from power because I refuse to serve power for the sake of power. Corporate media especially would have little to threaten me with. What would they really be able to say? That I don't bomb enough civilians? that the entire planet is not shaking in fear with my finger on the nuclear button, that I will actually talk with our adversaries so they are no longer adversaries, that I will refuse to aid or fund genocide, that I care too much about the poor and middle class. No question they can say I'm too much of a socialist, but that is no longer the negative stigma that they want it to be. That I want to give more power back to the people, that I want to reduce not just crime, but the conditions which lead to most crimes happening in the first place, that I want a more humanitarian society, that I'm not prejudiced. They would be very correct if they state that I have very little trust in corporate-owned and run media. They would be correct in stating I want to reduce as much as possible the corporate control of our government and eliminate that control if at all possible. I have said that I know my campaign will be a battle, but I am prepared to take on that battle. This is not just my battle. It is our battle. It is your battle. To be successful in this battle, it is imperative that we unite as one front to fight it together. So I need your help. That does not mean money. You are just as tired of that trope as I am. I mean by sharing this article or video, expanding visibility and awareness, talking about the subjects that I bring up. Realize that we have options. Even if my own campaign is not successful in the traditional sense, the ideas themselves cannot die. The absolute biggest victory we could achieve is an insidious guerrilla movement which catches the establishment by surprise and by storm. A massive tsunami of Americans making undeniable demands for changes which cannot be ignored or refused. Above all, we have to understand that we are driven apart by the system we have been living under. We have to be able to rely on each other, lean on each other, support each other, forgive each other, trust each other. There is no other way. So, share this video, talk about these subjects. I will ask if you can afford it to donate $1 a month or whatever you can to help expand this campaign. I am not, if you donate, I am not going to spam you. You're not going to see emails in your inbox every day asking you for more and more money. When you hear these campaigns saying, oh, we have a deadline, we have to make $20 million by Friday. Who sets those deadlines? Think about it. They're the ones setting the deadlines. If they don't meet their goal, that doesn't mean that their campaign is going to end. The Federal Election Committee is going to say, well, you can't continue to run. This is all about them setting a goal to try and get your money. And then even after they are in office, they're still asking you for money, and I'm not going to do that. All right? You are not going to get any of that from my campaign. Or if I'm elected, you're not going to get that from my administration. It's not going to happen. We're all tired of this. It's all about money. Let's make it about something else. Okay? So, I mean, even independents and Green Party, it's always send us money, send us money, send us money. I'm not doing that. I'm not going to do that. If I don't get to do rallies and stuff, okay, that's fine. If I have to keep recording from my living room, that's fine. And what is the real benefit to all those things? The real benefit to those things, there is none. There really is none. So if this campaign could succeed on less than $10,000, then great. It's sure a lot better than running into the billions of dollars, isn't it? What kind of a waste is that? All right, share this video. Talk about these subjects. If you can, please donate. If not, I understand. I really do. So, thank you very much for watching. Hope you have a good day.